Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into one of the most iconic US coins, the 1776 to 1976 D. Kennedy Bicentennial half-dollar coin. At first glance, it's just a 50-cent piece, but some of these coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. We'll look at what makes them valuable, the rare varieties you should watch for, and how to know if you have a real treasure sitting in your coin jar. Let's get started. The 1776 to 1976 half-dollar coin is part of the US Mint's Bicentennial coin series, which also included special quarter and dollar designs to celebrate America's 200th birthday. The half-dollar's obverse still featured President John F. Kennedy honoring the young president who was assassinated in 1963. However, the reverse was completely redesigned for the bicentennial year. Instead of the usual presidential seal, the coin showcased Independence Hall in Philadelphia, the very place where both the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution was signed. This was designed by Seth G. Huntington, whose work beautifully captured the essence of American history. The dual date 1776-1976 replaces the single year mark, making it a special one-year design that became a collectible right from its release. Now here's where things get interesting for collectors. The Denver Mint, indicated by the D Mint mark, struck millions of these coins in copper, nickel clad for regular circulation. However, there was also a special 40% silver version, but these were not issued for everyday use. Instead, they were sold in collector sets by the US Mint. This means that not all 1776-1976 half-dollars have silver. In fact, the vast majority are copper, nickel, and have little to no silver value. If you have a coin from a mint set or proof set with 40% silver content, you're already looking at a higher base value because of the silver alone, regardless of collector demand. Sporting a silver version requires checking both weight and appearance. Silver coins weigh about 11.5 grams compared to 11.34 grams for the clad version, and they have a more solid silver edge without the distinct copper stripe you see on circulation strikes. If you're holding a 1776-1976 half-dollar and wondering if it's from Denver, simply look at the area just below Kennedy's neck truncation above the date. You'll see a small letter D for Denver or S for San Francisco, or no mint mark for Philadelphia. The Denver minted coins are common in circulated condition, but uncirculated examples, especially those in MS66 or higher, can sell for significantly more due to their scarcity in top grades. This is because most coins entered circulation got scratched or developed contact marks, making pristine examples harder to find in today's collector market. Condition is king, and that's where value can skyrocket. A circulated 1776-1976 D half-dollar in average condition is typically worth around 50 cents to $1. Basically, face value may be slightly more to a casual collector. However, uncirculated examples with sharp details, full luster, and no wear can bring for $2 to $7, and if graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC in MS66 or higher, prices can jump to $40, $75, or even over $100 for the finest examples. Proof versions in deep cameo condition, especially the 40% silver proofs, can range from $10 to $25, with ultra-high grades or error coins fetching more. Now here's the silver collector's tip. The 40% silver bicentennial half-dollars struck mainly in San Francisco, but also in limited uncirculated sets, carry intrinsic metal value. As of mid-2025, with silver hovering around $30 per ounce, the melt value alone is roughly $4 to $5 per coin. That means even if the coin is worn or not in a special grade, its silver content makes it worth several times face value. And when silver prices rise, as they tend to do in uncertain economic times, these coins can see a boost in both collector and bullion interest. Savvy coin buyers often keep a stash of these silver halves as both a collectible and a precious metal investment. While most 1776-1976 D half-dollars are straightforward, there are some exciting varieties and errors too. Watch out for some examples have double die obverse DDO features where the lettering or Kennedy's profile shows slight doubling. Others might have off-center strikes, die cracks, or planchette errors. These can drastically increase a coin's value, sometimes into the hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and collector demand. Additionally, Some Bicentennial halves are struck with unusually strong strikes or deep cameo contrast, improved versions which makes them stand out among collectors. If you suspect you have a valuable Denver Bicentennial $50, the first step is to examine it closely under good lighting, ideally with a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass. Look for sharp details, mirror-like luster, absence of scratches, and any signs of unusual doubling or mint errors. For silver versions, check the edge for a solid silver look and, if possible, weigh the coin. Store valuable examples in a protective coin flip capsule or mylar holder to prevent further handling damage. Remember, once a coin is scratched or cleaned, its value can drop dramatically in the eyes of serious collectors. The Bicentennial $50's real charm is its place in American history. It represents a moment when the entire country came together to celebrate 2 centuries of independence. Millions of people kept these coins as souvenirs, tucking them away in jars, boxes, and dresser drawers. Even if your Denver 1976 $1976 isn't worth a fortune, it's still a tangible piece of the 1970s. Bicentennial celebrations, the time of parades, fireworks, and patriotic pride. Collectors often value that nostalgia just as much as the coin's market price. So there you have it, the full story of the 1776-1976 D. Kennedy Bicentennial $50, from its historical design and minting details to its silver content and collector value in 2025. Whether you have a circulated pocket change find or a pristine uncirculated gem, this coin is a great reminder that every piece of change has a story to tell. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and want to see more videos on rare and collectible US coins, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. And remember, always check your change, because history might just be hiding in your pocket.